Hello children, let me welcome you to the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher. Children, we are in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, isn't it? Because of that, we are not able to go to school, but that doesn't mean that we are going to stop learning. We are going to meet here regularly through the virtual training center to learn many lessons in EVS. So come on, let's go to a lesson in EVS. Children, let me welcome you to a lesson in Standard 3rd EVS. And now the lesson for today is lesson number 21 in your EVS textbook. And the name of the lesson is Public Services for Community Life. Now, if you think back in the previous lesson, what have you learned? You have learned about our community life. Okay, we learnt about what our life in society is like and why we live in society and how does society help us to become better human beings. Okay, and we also learned that community life is interdependent. That is, we are all dependent on each other when we are living in a community, and we also learned that there are a lot of rules for living in a community. Now in today's lesson we will learn about the various services that we get, and these services are called as public services, and these services, they help us to make our life easier and better. Okay, so now let us start by understanding that we all live in our family, in our home. Okay, we live with our family, and in our family we have a lot of facilities and a lot of things that we use for our own good. Inside our house, we have the bedroom, we have the kitchen, we have the bathroom, we have the place where we can read, we have the place where we can sit and watch a television. Okay, so all these facilities are available to us inside our homes. And you will also see that along with this, we also use a number of things inside our home. For example, we use the refrigerator, the washing machine, the television, and so many things. But remember, children, all these things are for our own use. Okay, we do not share these things with anyone else. Do you share your bedroom or do you share your bathroom with the people living around you? No, only the people living inside the house make use of all these things. All right, so this is not available for everyone. This is for our own use. So can you imagine, no one can come into your house and keep water in your fridge without your permission. Okay, no one can come and switch on the TV and start watching TV inside your home. You also cannot go to someone else's house without their permission and use their fridge or their TV or their computer or their washing machine, because these things are all personal things. They are all things which belong to us alone. So all these things are available for us within our house, within our family, and it is not available for anyone else. Okay, but there are some things that we use in common. All right, when we go out of our house, sometimes we go to a garden, sometimes we go to a park. All right, we go to a mall. Now all this is public property, so anyone can go and sit in the garden. Can you say, no, you cannot come to the garden because the garden is mine? No, you cannot say that for a public garden. If there is a garden in front of your house and it is your own space, then you can say that. But when we go outside our house, the life that we live with people is called as our public life. And here, everything belongs to everyone. Okay, you cannot go and stand in front of a bank and say, this bank is mine. You cannot go into the bank. You cannot say that. Okay, so just like we have a life at home with our family, in the same way, we have a public life also. Public life means the life that we live with everyone around us who are not part of our family. So see, when you go to board a bus or when you go to a railway station, you meet so many people. All right, all these people, what do we call them? We call them public, and our life with them is called as public life. So we have a personal life at home with our family, and we have a public life. Public life may be in the bus stand, maybe at school, when you go to the park or the garden or the mall. All that part of our life is called as our public life. And then there are certain things which everyone can use in common. This is available for all the public. Okay, for example, see here the Wi-Fi that we use sometimes when we are outside our house. Okay, the trains that we use, the playgrounds that we use, and the various services that we get. For example, the mobile network service, okay, electricity that we get. All these are available to everyone. Of course, you have to pay a price for that, but these are all common utility services available to all the public. Okay, and this is a very, very important facility which is given to us. All right, so all these public services are available for everyone. So it is not only for me, it is not only for you, it is not only for the family, but it is for everyone. So come on, let us learn more about these public services which are available for our community life. So see, the water which comes into your homes, the electricity, the various transportation services like buses, trains, okay, then the health services. Now, for example, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the government is giving the vaccinations to everyone, all right, and these vaccinations are being given free of charge. So you can go to any vaccination center and you have to register yourself and they will give you the vaccine. So see, these are all public facilities, or we can call them as public services. So why are these provided? These are provided so that we can have a better community life. We can have a better public life. Okay, you might be sitting at the bus stand sometimes waiting for the bus to come. So that particular bus stand is also part of the public service. So can anyone come and sit at the bus stand? Yes, anyone can come and sit at the bus stand. Anyone who wants to board a bus can come and sit at the bus stand. Sometimes when it is raining, you will see that so many people take shelter under the bus stand also. So can you drive them away? Can you say, no, you're not supposed to sit there? No, you can't say that. Why can't you say it? Because this is a public service and it is for the entire community. It is for everyone living in the community. It is not for just one person or for one family. All right, so I hope you understood what the meaning of public services are. See, this is a beautiful park. It is a park with a lot of games also for children to play. So here anyone can come and play these games. Why? Because these are public services for community life. Okay, see, have you ever visited a hospital? We might never have to visit a hospital. That is our wish for everyone. But sometimes, unfortunately, when someone from your family falls sick, someone from your neighborhood falls sick, they get admitted to the hospital. Okay, and if you have seen a hospital, see, this looks like it. And then who are the people who are running these hospitals? Sometimes there will be private hospitals and sometimes we have government hospitals. So if it is a government hospital, then it is available for everyone. Okay, anyone who's sick can go and get themselves treated at such government hospitals. So what is it? It is a public service for the better life of people living in the community. All right. See, now we do not use the same kind of facilities. Why? Because some of us, we live in the cities. So people who live in the cities commonly use the train, the bus, the cars, etc. But people who live in villages, they have a different life. So the services available in a city are different and services available in villages are different. Okay, so for people who are living in cities, so most of us, many of us live in cities. See, can you see the cities are very crowded? In the cities, you will see that there is a lot of a crowd also. Okay, Places are crowded. There are lots of people also in the city. It is not like in villages. In villages, you will see very few people. But in cities, you will see that the population is large. Okay? And the places are also very, very crowded. Always in cities, you will see these bright lights everywhere around you. And you will see there are lots of big, long, beautiful roads. Then there are factories in the cities, big factories, big markets in the cities. Okay, so in cities you have better facilities, and therefore there is a greater chance of people getting jobs in cities. So cities provide employment or jobs better. That is why people from villages, they come now to cities to get jobs. So cities have got bigger public services also. In villages, it is not needed because there are very few people. In cities, we have huge crowd. Okay, we have huge cities. We have more factories. We have more markets. So there are better public services. Now, let us talk about villages. So some of us live in villages. Now, in the villages, we will see that the people are few, and then the facilities also which they need are fewer. Okay, you will not see lots of roads, you will not see big factories, and you will not see the kind of chakachon that you say na in the cities, that you will not find in the villages. But whether it is a city, whether it is a village, the administration or the looking after is done by the government of that particular place. Okay, so whether the city has got better facilities, village has got lesser facilities, but whatever facilities are there, they are provided by the government. And this kind of government is called as a local government. What is it called? It is called as a local government. So the administration of a place, be it a city or a village, is run by the government in that place. And what kind of government it is? It is the local government. Okay, so now you know what are public services, you know who provides these public services, and then you also know that the people or the government which provides this facilities, they are called as the local government. Okay, so see, we have municipality in cities. So the local government in cities are called as municipality, or they're also called as municipal corporation. Okay, whereas in villages they are called as the gram panchayat. Okay, so for cities you have municipalities and municipal corporations, and for villages you have the gram panchayat. Gram means a village. Okay, panchayat means the committee which takes care of all the work in the village. So whether it is a small village, whether it is a large city, there is some body which governs or which controls, which administers all the work in the city or the village. And they are the people who provide these public services or the community services. Okay, see, so what all things do these people provide? They provide water for drinking, and they provide street lights, lights on the road. All these are provided by the municipality or by the Gram Panchayat. See, this is how the municipal committee is there in towns as well as in cities. So you can see in towns there are smaller roads, whereas in cities there are bigger roads. But whatever size it is, whether it is a small place or whether it is a large place, all the work of administration is done by the local government. Okay, and the local government can be called as municipality, or it could be called as gram panchayat, but it is called as the local government. Okay, see, cleaning work of the streets. Sometimes you see there is a lot of rubbish lying around on the streets, and next day when you go by the same place, you will see that the place is very clean, and there is no kachra, there is no kuda lying on the road. And then you wonder, Are, who must have cleaned this place up? So who must have done it? The cleaning services of the municipality or the gram panchayat. So there are people who work in order to clean up the city and the village also. So all these facilities are provided by the local self-government or the local government. See, they even have banks. You must have seen that they have banks also in these particular villages or in the particular cities. So what does the bank do? The people go to a bank, they put their money in the bank, and the bank keeps their money safe. Okay, so the people can save money in the bank. They can withdraw the money when they need it. See, when you keep money at home, when you keep it locked inside the cupboard, there is a risk that it will be get stolen. Okay, and also that money will not grow. That is, if you keep 10 rupees in the locker, it will remain 10 rupees only even after 10 years. But when you keep money in the bank gives you interest. So if you keep 10 rupees, after 1 year they will give you 12 rupees, 13 rupees. So see, this is how your money grows. So you can make your money grow in the bank, you can save your money in the bank, you can also withdraw the money. Withdraw means you can remove the money from the bank whenever you need. And if you need more money, that is, if you want to join a big college or if you want to build a house, then the bank can also give you loan. So all these facilities are provided by the local government in the cities also and in the villages also. Then we have the postal service. Now the postal service is also very useful to keep in touch with your friends and relatives. Now letters, you can send letters to anyone, anywhere in the world. But now what has happened, children? Because of the internet, these kind of services, that is postal services, have become a little less important. Why? Because you can just pick up your mobile phone and you can call people, isn't it? You can see people, you can talk to them, you can also send messages on internet via the email. So because of the new technology, the post office has become a little less important, only little less important. Okay, it is still very important in the rural areas, that is in the villages, where there are still no proper internet connection, computers are not available. There the postal services is still very, very important. All right, now you will see in the textbook, you will see this particular image. All right, these are all the services which are offered by the local self-governments. So you have the cooperative banks. So you can see a girl visiting a bank with her father. Then another girl, she is reading an inland letter. An inland letter means it has come via the post to her. All right. Then you have the cooperative spinning mills. Spinning mills where cloth is made, and cooperative is what I will explain it to you very shortly. So you have the cooperative spinning mills, you have the dairies. Now all of us, we drink milk, we eat butter, we eat curds, etc. So all this is collected and packed and sent to your house using these dairies, in this particular dairies. Okay, so all these services can be offered by the government. The government offers all these services to the people living in their area. Okay, and I just told you that in the towns you have municipalities or municipal corporations, and in the villages, then what do you have? In the villages, you have the panchayats, the gram panchayats. Okay, now see, let us take a little bit more information about the gram panchayat. So come on, let us look at the say paragraph here. I will read it for you and I will tell you about the highlighted points also. So each village has a gram panchayat. Now you know that Maharashtra state was formed on the 1st of May 1960. Alright, and at that time when Maharashtra state was formed, that time there were 21,636 gram panchayats. So every village has a gram panchayat, means there were around 21,636 villages in Maharashtra. Now that figure has risen to 27,993. That means almost 28,000 in 2010. Now we are in 2021. So this was 11 years ago. So you don't know whether the number of gram panchayats has increased now. It definitely must have increased, but we don't know the exact number. Now to form a gram panchayat, the population of a village must be at least 500. So if there are at least 500 people living in a village, then there you can form a Gram Panchayat. And if there are less than 500 people, then 2-3 villages together, they form a group Gram Panchayat. Okay, so this is a little bit of general knowledge, but it is from your textbook only. So we will discuss things which are written in your textbook. I will just try to give you some extra knowledge using pictures, etc. Now let us talk about how does the government get money in order to provide us with so many facilities. Now, the government is giving us banks, water, light, roads, and so many other things. So where does the government get money from? All this money comes from the tax that we pay. Now you must not be knowing too much about tax. You can ask your parents, they will explain what tax is. So whenever you earn some money, okay, whenever your father gets salary or your mama gets salary, a part of the salary she has to pay or he has to pay to the government. Okay, and the government will use that same money in order to make facilities for us. And this is called as tax. This amount is called as tax. It is also called as income tax. There are many other kind of tax also. When you buy something, when you buy a paste, when you buy anything, when you buy Maggie, on those products also you have to pay a little bit of tax to the government. Okay, so all this tax that we pay, the government collects it and makes use of that money only in order to build roads for us, in order to give us better schools, to build hospitals for taking care of our health, etc. So government uses the tax money in order to take care of our needs. Okay. See, the government builds roads and highways and flyovers like this. And they also make better transport facilities. Now this is a metro train. Okay. Or you can call it as a monorail train. So all these kind of facilities are provided by the government to us. Now I told you that we will discuss about cooperative societies very shortly. So what are cooperative societies, children? When many people come together, okay, when people form a group, and then this group, what it does is it collects money or it brings together some funds and then it starts a kind of a business. Okay, that is called as a cooperative. So what do? They bring money, they collect money and they start a new industry or they start a new service with each other's help in cooperation. Okay, and whatever profit also they make is distributed equally amongst all of them. So when they make money, they contribute money and they set up a business or something. And when they make money, what they do? They distribute this money also among all the members of that particular cooperative society. And how are they formed? They are formed because of cooperation amongst each other. Now, you must have all eaten or lijjat papad, or you must have heard about lijjat papad. Now, this lijjat papad also was formed by a group of women, okay, in the form of a cooperative society. And now they're making so much money. Lijjat papad is the best selling papad in our country, and they're exporting it also to outsiders, to foreign countries. So you can see how Lijjat papad has a cooperative and how it has become so important. And so people also have made a lot of money because of it. Okay, so you can look on the YouTube, you will see many videos about Lijjat papad. So just like Lijjat papad, there are so many other cooperatives also. Cooperatives which sell milk, okay, cooperatives which manufacture pickles, jams, juices, etc. Now these people do not have too much money in order to put a big factory. So what they do, they collect money, they contribute money and they start such businesses with each other's help. And they are all called as cooperatives. Alright, so this was about one particular cooperative. There are many other cooperatives like this. So you can look up the internet and you will find the answers. Now in your textbook, children, there is a small paragraph about this particular scene that you can see here. Now there was a postal service called as the Dak system or the Dak service which was run in Golconda. Now, Golconda is a place near Bangalore in Karnataka. Okay, it has got many big forts and it has got many big palaces. You can go and see them. Now, in this place called Golconda, there were many small huts every 2 or 3 miles. Now, 3 miles means around 6 to 7 kilometers. Okay, so every 6 to 7 kilometers, there were small huts. Just like we have the post office now, at that time they had these dak ghars. Okay, so this person that you can see on your screen, he was called as the Harkara. Now, who was the Harkara? The Harkara means the man who carried the post. So, in today's times, you have the postman. So, the postman carries the post, isn't it, from the post office to your houses. So, in the same way, this Harkara, the first Harkara, he would take the post bag from the first hut and he would run and he would drop it to the second hut. From the second hut, the second Harkara would pick up the same bag and he would take it to the third hut. So this is how from one post to another post, things and letters and messages were carried. And this was called as the dak system of the ancient times. Okay, so you will see how the community offered us so many services, not only now, but also during the ancient times. So children, that was all in this lesson. That is lesson number 21, Public Services for Community Life. In this, we talked about many different things, like we talked about how the life in our family or home is different from the life in our public domain or public life. Okay, we saw how we get so many different facilities like parks, gardens, hospitals, etc., which is provided to us by the government. And these governments are called as the local governments. Okay, they provide us with water supply also, with electricity also, especially on the streets. Okay, and we learned that how do they provide all this? They provide all this because of the tax that they collect from us. Okay, children, so this was all for today in today's lesson. So let us meet very soon for another lesson in EVS. Thank you so much. So children, now you have watched the video. So after you watch the video now, you will have to complete a few simple tasks. Now you might have watched the video on your computers or your laptops or your mobile phones. Now after you watch the video, what will you do? You will please go to the description box which is given below the video. So what is the description box? See, the description box looks like this. Alright, and after you go to the description box, you will see that there are a few questions there. Now, what are these questions about? These questions are about the lesson that we just learned or the video that you just watched. So, what will you do? You will think back properly about the lesson and you will try and answer these questions and note down the answers in your notebook if you want. Okay? After that, we have another task waiting. You will also click on the link which you will find in the description box to fill up the Google form. So now what is the Google form, children? It is nothing but a simple form. There are a few simple questions there about the video which you just saw and also about yourself. So these are the tasks now that you will have to complete after you watch each video. So children, wasn't that a very interesting lesson? I'm sure you learned a lot of new things in this lesson. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my video so that you will get to see all the videos which I keep posting regularly.